Grace Note is top football analysis company. They've got Man City with 86. They've got Liverpool with 85. They've got Arsenal with 83.
Why are we always 1 point behind?
That's Opta.
Why are we always 1 point behind?
Hello again and welcome to the latest episode of the
Award-winning
Yahoo Footballing Weekly. With me, Yahoo columnist Neil Humphreys.
And me, Yahoo editor Chian Kyong. And yeah, we've been asking for a trophy for our global award-winning feat.
If we don't get a trophy soon, I'm going to take my Yahoo mug and I'm going to print it. I'm going to print award-winning podcast on this mug. Nice. Maybe one of our regular listeners.
They can donate.
We're so desperate. Just send something. Send anything. We're that pathetic. We'll put it right there. But as always, seriously, it's down to you that we won. And down to you that we have a sponsor.
Yeah, we got StarHub back as our sponsor. All thanks to you.
Thank you, StarHub.
Continued support for our podcast. So StarHub, obviously, they have a lot of promotions for their Premier League as their Premier League broadcaster. So if you want Premier League and you also want to get your house broadband in your house, they have the Home Hub plus Ultra Speed bundle with Wi-Fi 7. That's a very technical term, I know. But no, just go to this website. It's all inside there. What you get is, for the broadband, is 10 times faster than 1 Gbps. Connect up to 4 times more devices simultaneously compared to Wi-Fi 6. Free Wi-Fi 7 router, which is worth $799. You get your Premier League package. You got your Sports Plus Pass, where you get all the other sports channel. You get Netflix. You get Disney Plus. Actually, that's all you want.
It's insane.
It's all you need. That's all you need.
I am so tempted to break my contract. Honestly, I go on about it and I go on about it, but I signed up just before all of this. And it annoys me.
StarHub, do something. Do something.
No, I gotta. I pay more for less, and I bet many people listening also pay more for less. This is a great deal.
Yeah, great deal. So, whatever you want, go to this website, sign up for that. Okay. So right now we're in the midst of International Week, almost there. We are almost coming back to the Premier League, and now from now onwards, because it's the last international break, just straight on, full on, final lap. Final stretch of
10
EPL.
games. Boom.
And we are in the midst of what a brilliant 3-horse title race.
Correct. It is the first time since 2014 that just 1 point separates the top 3 teams after 28 games.
That's amazing.
And do you remember what happened in 2014?
I don't want to remember.
I think there was something about a slip.
Yes, there was
a slip.
Yep, by Steven Gerrard.
I still sympathise with Gerrard on that. And I'm just going to say quickly, I think far too much is given to that slip.
Absolutely.
To me, it was a Crystal Palace one.
Correct. The next one, which we
but
had
everyone
a 3-0 lead.
Everyone forgets
and
that.
And then we drew 3-0. That was the killer blow. And after that...
And even then, it still went to the last day of the season.
But
it wasn't in their hands,
yeah.
Correct. Man City just had to win, right?
Yes.
And they did. But it still went to the last day of the season. If they'd have kept that lead against Crystal Palace, we wouldn't even be talking about it.
Absolutely.
That annoys me. I blame I'm not even a Liverpool fan, but it annoys me more that Liverpool players did that to Steven Gerrard, not the other way around.
It's not fair. The other way around. After all he has done for the club, it's not fair. But that was 2014.
You could make amends this season.
Yeah.
But listen to this, right? Listen to this. So I did some research. There are 2 top football data analysis companies who have looked at every fixture, every permutation of the last 10 games, and they have predicted their final top 3, and they are both the same. Do you have any idea what the top 3 is?
Manchester City.
Correct.
Liverpool, Arsenal.
Correct. So Grace Note, right? Grace Note is top football analysis company. They've got Man City with 86. They've got Liverpool with 85. They've got Arsenal with 83.
Why are we always 1 point behind?
That's Opta.
Why are we always 1 point behind Manchester City? It would just kill me if we
I know. It gets worse. It gets worse. I clarify, that was Opta. Grace Note has it, after doing all their research, Man City 86, Liverpool 86, Arsenal 83. Man City win on games played, points scored, goal difference and everything else. So they've got it. 86 Man City, 86 Liverpool.
That would just kill the Liverpool fans, I tell you.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think?
I mean, all of us are thinking, Manchester City will do it. I think that, but this also, obviously it's like being pessimistic. Obviously, everybody wants. I mean, if you're a Liverpool fan, obviously you want Liverpool, and you're Arsenal fan, no better time. You're top of the table right now. You know,
Yep.
If you just keep on winning, you win the things. It's yours. But it's Man City.
It's Man City. And this time last season, Arsenal's decline started. And this season, they're going to play Manchester City, which kicks off their run of games. And it's Manchester City away. And one of the reasons why, well, the key reason why these analysis firms have tipped Man City is because when you look at the fixtures, it is extraordinary how difficult Arsenal's fixtures are and how relatively easy Manchester City's fixtures are.
Even Liverpool is pretty straightforward.
So just look at Arsenal's briefly.
So Arsenal,
go on,
10 matches left. Man City away, tough one. Luton at home, that one is all right. Brighton away, all right. Aston Villa at home, tricky. Wolves away, tricky. Tottenham Hotspur away. That is
extremely
tricky. Bournemouth at home, all right. Manchester United away, tricky. Chelsea at home, tricky.
Yeah.
Everton at home.
So for me, you look at Arsenal, Man City, Aston Villa, Wolves, Tottenham, Man U, Chelsea, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 10 games are banana skins.
Yep.
And I won't go through all of the others, but I looked at Liverpool. I only really see 2. Okay, Everton, Merseyside derby, always a weird one. But Liverpool's banana skins for me are Manchester United away and Tottenham at home.
Yeah, actually Tottenham at home.
Yeah, I'm just saying potential. Yeah. Even that is not a particularly difficult game. Yeah. I think, briefly, Brighton, Sheffield United, Palace, Fulham, West Ham, Villa, Everton and Wolves. I expect Liverpool to win.
I do think that, Liverpool do have a very straightforward run in. And once they negotiate the Manchester United game, I think they have a straightforward target. The only problem is that they are still fighting on 2 other competitions, the FA Cup and the Europa League. And once those matches come in the quarterfinals, the FA Cup is still only at the quarterfinals. It's actually gone to semi-finals already. Semi-finals. And the Europa Cup, Europa League is still in the round, I think, quarterfinals only. So it is, once those matches come in and, they are still fighting the injury bug, still a few players, I mean, probably after this international break, quite a few will come back, but still have a pretty substantial injury list. And if there are more injuries happening, I think that will be the deciding factor in which Liverpool will struggle to get the maximum out of the 10 matches.
Yeah, I agree. The depressing aspect, I think, for Liverpool and even Arsenal is that you could even say Man City could lose against Arsenal and still win. Because they lose, let's just say they lose against Arsenal. Then City's got Villa, Palace, Luton, no issue. Tottenham is the banana skin.
That's the banana.
Tottenham. And then Forest, Wolves, Fulham, Brighton, West Ham. They shouldn't really have any difficulty against any of those teams. So even if Arsenal sneak a win, I still think Arsenal and Liverpool might drop more points elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one. But this is where Liverpool and Arsenal fans can take note, right? Because Manchester City play West Ham United on the last day of the season. And Manchester United fans, you know where I'm going with this. 1995, all you had to do was win. That's it. That's all you had to do, win. Any other result didn't matter. Never mind. 1995, Andy Cole could not hit water if he fell out of a boat that day. He couldn't do anything. Ludet McCloskey had the game of his life. And to rub your noses in it, Blackburn lost at Liverpool. So it got even better and they still won the title. So Manchester City, take note from your neighbours. West Ham are coming. They're coming for you. Last day of the season. Home game. What do you think?
I'm all on East London now. At London
Even
Stadium.
Sir Alex Ferguson. And he did it twice, remember?
Yeah.
They did it in 1992. I was there that day. Wow. That wasn't the last game of the season. West Ham were bottom of the table. Had already been relegated. It was so good. And they beat Man U 1-0. Yep. That was 92. 95 they drew 1-1. The rest is history.
It's Manchester.
It could happen. It could happen. But let me say this, right? This is where I think Liverpool might have an advantage. And it's a bit wishy-washy. If you ask Pep Guardiola today, you can only pick one, Champions League or Premier League.
That is what I want to say.
What does he pick?
Champions League.
You ask Klopp today, you pick one, League or Champions League.
League.
He picks the league. You ask Arteta, he picks anything, right? I just feel that subconsciously Klopp will prioritise the league, and I think Guardiola will prioritise the Champions League.
Only boredom of winning the league so many times might cost Manchester City the title.
Because ridiculously, Guardiola knows he's still got a slight caveat because they were winning leagues before he arrived. He was signed to win the Champions League. If he wins 2 back-to-back, no English team has ever done it. His legacy is secure.
No team has ever done it.
Well, exactly. So I think that might be the slight advantage that Liverpool and Arsenal have. But as always, let us know who's going to win the league. Send your comments to
Yahoo Southeast Asia on YouTube, Yahoo SG, Yahoo_MY on Twitter or X, and Yahoo SEA on TikTok.
Brilliant. Now, best players of the season, worst players of the season. We made our predictions in the last break. What did we say?
Actually, not the last break. October. Way back in October.
Okay.
The first international break.
Yep.
So you pick for most valuable player until then Declan Rice.
Thank you.
Yes. And I picked James Maddison.
He got injured.
He got injured, to be fair. So do you still stick with Declan Rice right now?
I picked Declan Rice at the start of the season. I picked Declan Rice now. I pick him at the end of the season. He will win Player of the Year. I think he has completely transformed Arsenal. Not only has he transformed Arsenal, he's transformed England because he's taken away Gareth Southgate's last excuse because he doesn't need a double pivot at Arsenal. He's a key reason why Arsenal can press. He's a key reason why their goals are spread out across their attack because they've got that extra buffer safety behind. They can all surge forward. There is no reason why Southgate can't do the same with Saka, Bellingham, Kane, Grealish if he comes on, Foden. It's all because of one man. Declan Rice. He has transformed the club and he could transform the country at the Euros.
Yeah, good pick, man. For me, I'm going a bit left field. I'm going for this person who is so crucial to the team.
I bet he's Liverpool.
And if he's not around, the team will be nowhere as high as in the position.
Definitely Liverpool.
Definitely Liverpool, right? And unfortunately, he's leaving at the end of the season. It's Jurgen Klopp.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
But I think he's the most valuable player. He's probably the story of the season.
I agree.
Undoubtedly.
I said that in my column, which you can read.
I mean, it's a bit of a cheat. I think if I were to pick a player, I would pick Phil Foden. I think he has impressed me with his, Manchester City, when Kevin De Bruyne got injured, they looked like they might stumble quite badly. But Foden kept them afloat and in fact has got even better as the season went along.
I agree.
And he's been absolutely vital. In fact, now he might supplant De Bruyne as the key playmaker, key provider for Haaland's ammunition.
I agree. It's getting close. In fact, if he maintains his form, I think he probably will win Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Especially if they get a trophy or two.
It's
a good shout. But I agree with you completely about Klopp.
Yeah.
I think, I keep saying this, I don't apologise for it, but what we're seeing with Klopp is just remarkable. What he's achieving with that squad of players, quite a limited squad of players.
And then hit by injuries. Yeah, it's amazing. In fact, when we started the season, all of us never predicted Liverpool to be even in the thick of a title race. And, especially after the injury spells, it's like, it makes no sense that Liverpool are still in the title race with that rebuilt side and injuries.
Yeah, I agree. And just to give a shout out to Manchester United, if there was a young player of the year, Rasmus Højlund, if he comes back and he maintains a bit of form, I just like the way he plays. He plays with a real insouciance. There's a big Ponzi word.
Reminds me of the old Manchester United players.
Yeah, very cheeky, very
Rooney,
aggressive,
fearless.
Yes, a Rooney. Doesn't seem to be fazed by any occasion. When he plays, they do well. When he's out, they don't. It really is that simple. I think he's got a shout for Young Player of the Year if he comes back and maintains his form.
Yeah, I would pick maybe Palmer from Chelsea or Gallagher
good player
for Young Player of the Year. But let's go for least valuable player because during the October break we also picked our LVP.
We picked the same,
and
right?
we unanimously picked Andre Onana. From goalkeeper.
That's why I picked Højlund just now, just to give a bit of balance.
Yeah.
I didn't want people thinking I was anti-Man U.
Would you stick with Onana now?
Nope. I got someone else.
I will also pick.
Okay, you go first.
I mean, Onana. To be fair to him, in the recent months, made some improvements. Still a bit shaky here and there, but much more. There's no howlers anymore.
Yeah,
and that's an improvement. That's better than. But one of his teammates.
Oh, we've got the same player.
God. One of his teammates is just. I out of words, Anthony.
Yes, we've got the same player.
Yeah, got the same player again.
Yeah.
So here's the statistic. The whole season, he scored 1 goal.
Not in the Premier League.
And 1 assist.
Yeah.
It's all against Newport County in the FA Cup. 4th tier in the English division.
Go, Anthony.
That's all he will give. Okay? Brilliant. And then, he cost like 80 million pounds to bring in. I think he's the key reason why people are doubting Erik ten Hag.
Correct. Could not agree more.
Yeah, and that's pay him so much, and he started off dribbling circles around. So nice. And I think if he can score, I mean, he could be a next Cristiano Ronaldo. Absolutely a flop for the past 2 seasons.
You are so right about Erik ten Hag. You are so right because there's a thing doing the rounds now. I don't know if you've seen it, but Manchester United supporters are basically saying Erik ten Hag should go because of Anthony and because of Kudos at West Ham United, because he scored 2 great goals in the Europa League. And Manchester United fans are saying, you trained with both these players every single day. You saw what Kudos could do. You saw what Anthony could do. Then Manchester United comes along, gives you a blank check, and you go, Kudos, Anthony, Kudos, Anthony. You take Anthony, 0 assists. 0 goals in the Premier League this season. Cost £80 million. Kudos, £35 million for West Ham. Scored 11 goals in 34 appearances. He is transforming the Hammers, and Ten Hag could have bought him at a steal. For that reason alone,
it's the least valuable player.
Correct. And Ten Hag is lucky to have his job.
And one more thing, his off-field troubles with the law.
Yep.
Anthony, I mean, if you are bad enough, but if you put your head down and then you train hard or whatever, I mean, you could make a case that, he might eventually come good like Darwin Núñez.
Yeah.
But,
Can't see it. He's very one-footed. He's very one-dimensional. He seems too slight.
And then now obviously he's troubled by all the charges of his assault charges, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it all makes the dysfunctionality of Manchester United so evident in just a single best example of that.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah. We agree again, my friend, man. As always. Do you agree, disagree? Who's your best? Who's your worst of the season so far? Send your comments to
Yahoo Southeast Asia on YouTube, Yahoo SG, Yahoo _MY on X or Twitter, and Yahoo SEA on TikTok.
Right, predictions. Of course. There's only one game to start with. The biggest of the season.
Of the game.
Liverpool against Brighton.
Yep.
No, we're doing it. Come on then. Man City, Arsenal. What do you think?
Whoa. I mean, Man City are at home, so I feel that they have the advantage. Especially, Arsenal will have to be playing at everybody must play at 8 upon 10 or 9 upon 10 to even get a result at the Etihad. It's never easy. And right now, Manchester City are also relatively injury free. Maybe Grealish, but the rest, and they can pick anybody, any player they want. I think Manchester City will win it 1-0.
I agree. But for this, I'm just going to, for the hell of it, say the opposite. There will be a lot of ifs. But I think Arteta saw what Liverpool did against Manchester City. And he knows he's got his ace in central midfield in Declan Rice. So he can bypass the midfield and he can hit that quartet of attackers he's got, right? Knowing that he's got Declan Rice there to protect him and knowing that Manchester City's midfielders looked a little bit shaky, just for the hell of it, if all of that comes together, Arsenal will sneak it.
I do hope
Arsenal sneak it 2-1. It's a lot of ifs.
Yep.
It's a lot of ifs, but just for the fun of it, Arsenal will sneak it 2-1 because I think Arteta can get inside Guardiola's head. You know, the former apprentice-master relationship. In these occasions, there are times when Guardiola overthinks a bit, and he might panic. I mean, it's a lot of ifs, but let us know what you think.
Yep.
All right, let's wrap it up. Liverpool, Brighton.
It's at Anfield, so I'm going for 2-0, 3-0 win.
Yeah, no issue for me. Brighton a little bit off form at the moment. They were lucky. Actually, they went out. They went out of Europe recently. Yeah. I like the manager De Zerbi, but they're wobbling a bit. No, this is Liverpool.
Yeah.
2 goals.
Nothing much more to play for. So for Brighton, although they could sneak in a European place, but that's a long shot. So
can't see it. Yeah. As always, thanks for all your comments. And one more time, give them a shout out. Send them to
Yahoo Southeast Asia on YouTube, Yahoo SG, Yahoo_MY on Twitter
X.
or X, Yahoo SEA on TikTok.
And finally, thanks to you. As we said, we have our good friends at StarHub sponsoring our show.
Thank you very much. Well, they are in the midst of planning for free live Premier League screenings at some locations around town. Still haven't finalized yet, but once they are finalized, you can hear all the details on this podcast.
Brilliant. Thanks as always. And Manchester United fans, just remember when you go to sleep at night, you could have signed Kudos and you got Anthony. Take care, guys. See you next week.
See you.